Hi fellas, just pause for thought. When I was in high school, many decades ago, our class book to read one year was a book called, written by American author George Orwell. It made a great film about it actually, which is pretty true to the book. I won't spoil it for you. It's quite harrowing. It's not light entertainment. I think Richard Burton was one of the bad guys in it. But anyway, beside the point. How come when Ukraine has been part of the Russian Empire since 1796, how come that Britain, America, Sweden, France are supplying them with, free anti-tank missiles to slaughter Russian conscripts, Russian soldiers, presumably to protect democracy, when for a long time, probably 15 years at least, the Russian-speaking people of the eastern area, the Donbass region, have been genocided by Ukrainian Nazis. I mean, I kid you not, I've actually seen videos of them covered in tattoos and behaving like the KKK neo-Nazis. So how come suddenly the Ukrainian Nazis, and they were Nazis, were covered in bloody swastikas and everything, the Kharkov Brigade, who have slaughtered probably, they say, around about 20,000 Russian-speaking people in the eastern Donbass, who've been there forever. They've been there all their lives. They've had children there. They've had, built jobs and worked hard there for their area. But how come the war crimes of the Kharkov Brigade, Nazis, suddenly everyone's gone silent on that? But they were covered by the New York Post, the Sky News, the BBC back in 2015, 2016, how they were using like weapons of war against civilians because they were seen as being less Ukrainian, less loyal, because they'd lived in the eastern section of Ukraine probably since 1796 when it was Russian territory. How come they've suddenly gone silent? So now the Ukrainian Nazis, and they are Nazis, been absorbed into the police and everything, who have done war crimes. How come those war crimes are forgotten about all of a sudden, and were published about Russia's fake elections in the east? Well, if they're Russian speaking, which they are, and they belong to Russia, kind of. They're certainly loyal to Russia, and they've been targeted for being Russian and being loyal to Russia. Well, how come we've not? It's all gone quiet about their war crimes against the people of Donbass, and if they want to be part of Russia, then surely, democratically they should be allowed to, just like the people in Northern Ireland were allowed to be, to remain part of the United Kingdom, despite the majority. Which you think, doesn't it? I'm signing off, but so we're supporting missiles killing Russian soldiers to support the Ukrainian Nazis, but suddenly, like the presumably communist Russian Nazis who storm into the country are suddenly to support people loyal to them, are suddenly like the evildoers. I mean, it's a well-known fact now, it's been publicised now, that Putin is probably on his deathbed. He's already, back in the summer, he's already threatened UK with nuclear attack and tsunamis and all sorts. So don't you think it's a bit hasty? Is it really worth, considering World War One basically started over the assassination of a prince and his wife in Sarajevo? This World War started on far less than the slaughter of Ukrainian civilians and Russian conscripts in Ukraine. This world wars and mass genocide been caused by much less important things. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.